All right, welcome back to episode number 2 of this franchise series that I have going. In the last episode, I did the Yankees. If you want to see how I did there, check the top right corner for the card. Basically, how this series is going is I have one season, and I have to make it as far into the postseason as humanly possible with every team. I get one chance. I can sign any free agents I want. I can trade any player that I want. I'm basically going to be trading any and every low-ranked A and B potential players to get as many things as I can get back because I only have one season. So somebody that's like a 60 overall A potential is obviously not going to help me. So those players will be traded. So in this episode, as you can probably tell in the top, I'm going to be doing the crosstown rivals of the Yankees, the New York Mets. Now, I'm obviously going to tell you that I'm not doing GM contracts, doesn't make sense, and I'm going to ignore all budgets just so I can have the flexibility of doing everything that I want to do. No player development, no scouting. That will not help me this year. So we're going to go to the regular season. Now, when it comes to the Mets, if there's anything that they need, their lineup is pretty decent. If everybody is healthy and everybody's doing good, there might be a couple moves that might need to be made here, but for the most part, their lineup is pretty decent. Their starting rotation is pretty decent. DeGrom, Stroman, Syndergaard, Wheeler, and Matz, that's a pretty good 1 through 5. However, their bullpen could probably use a couple pieces here and there. Santana. Alright. Familia. Don't know how he'll do in MLB The Show, but in real life, yikes. Drew Smith. Could be good. Justin Wilson. Maybe could potentially pitch a 3.5 ERA. Lugo is normally pretty good. Avalon. Maybe. And Diaz normally pitches pretty decently in MLB The Show, but in real life, it's also a big yikes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be trading away some small minor league talent to maybe bolster up my bullpen. And then I have a couple pieces that I might want to trade in the lineup, some pieces that I might want to call up and everything like that. So let me get into some trades. I'm going to let you know how that looks. And then I'm going to show you the lineups and we'll go on from there. All right, so the first trade I'm going to be making is Luis Avilan and Thomas Zapke. That's what I think it is. I'm going to go with it. Zapke. Zapke is obviously not going to help us this year. 22B, 66 overall when we have 5 starting pitchers that are a whole lot better. We're going to trade him, and I should say them, for Ryan Buchter. Under 3, all 3 years he's played. 32, so he might be a little bit on the decline, but I have that hope that he'll be pretty good. So, this is the first trade I'm going to be making, and the next one is good or bad depending on how you look at it, but in MLB The Show terms, it's definitely a good trade, so let me get to that. Alright, so the second trade that I'm going to be doing is trading away Robinson Cano. He almost always just completely deflates after like 1 or 2 years in MLB The Show. Like those numbers will be like negative 14 to 20 in a year's time. So I figured I'd trade him away now to get the most amount of, whatever it's called. Tradability from him, but I also have to include Andres Jimenez, who won't honestly probably help us that much this year, and just a third guy, whoever I could find. I went like the lowest rating outfielder that I could find, which was Freddie Valdez, and I'm going to be getting myself a right fielder, and the one that I came across that seemed to fit best, that I didn't have to give away too much, because I still want to be able to make a trade in like July if need be, is Yasiel Puig. And Puig usually does pretty good. So I figured I'd plug Puig out in right field. I'd move McNeil over to second. And I think that's everything. So let me show you the lineup that I create, the rotation, the bullpen, and we'll get on our merry way. All right, I got everything worked out. Let's look at the lineups. We're going to have McNeil leading off because he's got that amazing contact vision. He'll probably get like a 300 average, 400 on base. He does it every year. Second, we're going to have Puig. Then we're going to go Cespedes, Alonso, Conforto, Ramos, Lowry, and Rosario. If JD Davis in this roster was an applicable person, I would put him at third. I don't want Todd there. He's more suited for lefties, whereas Lowry's more suited for righties. So with that being said, against the lefties, I have Frazier in third base. I gotta switch these two here. McNeil playing second and Rosario playing short. I wish this person had Nimmo being a little more accessible because I'd put him in center field, and then I might not have went to got Puig. So it is what it is, and this is the lineup we're gonna rock out with. Let's go to the rotation. It's gonna be DeGrom, Stroman, Syndergaard, Wheeler, and Matz. I mean, I would switch around Stroman and Syndergaard, but I mean, Stroman has a couple better numbers than him. His overall is a little higher, so we're just going to stick with that. Irvin Santana will be our long reliever for now. That's not a set thing. That can always change in a couple months. Then we're going to go Familia, Wilson, Buchter, Smith, Lugo, and Diaz. Hopefully Diaz can pitch well for us here. So, with that all being said, we're going to sim until the trade deadline, and we're going to see where the team is from there. They're off to a pretty decent start, 5-2. That can all be fixed itself. They're winning. They're winning. They're doing pretty good. Now they're losing. All right. They're actually doing pretty good. They're winning good games. They're not doing that bad. They have a couple times where they're losing a couple games in a row and being swept by the Nationals. That's not a good sign. Overall, 37, and 23. The Marlins are in second place. I repeat, the Marlins are in second place. Let's see how the team's doing. McNeil, 319, basically everything I said. 300 and almost a 400 on base percentage. Puig's doing pretty good. Cespedes is doing pretty good. Alonso's doing really good. Conforto, Ramos, Lowry. The only person I guess is struggling is Rosario, but I mean, what are you going to do? Nimmo's not doing that great. Frazier's doing pretty good as a second person. Everybody else is doing meh. Pitching-wise, DeGrom is being DeGrom. Stroman's doing pretty good. Syndergaard's doing really good. And these two are just being number 4 and number 5 starters. Santana's doing fine. Familia's doing fantastic. If only he could do this in real life. Wilson might have to move on from him. Buchter's doing fine. Smith might have to move on from him. Lugo and Diaz are both doing fine as well. So basically everybody that I kind of had concerns about are doing pretty good. I might have to move Wilson and Smith. I don't think I might be able to call up Kazelman. I might. That's what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring Kaselman up for Smith. Where's Kaselman? There he is. Kaselman is gonna be that extra righty. And if Smith cannot figure it out within the next month, I'll see if I can trade him away with maybe like a prospect to get another lefty reliever. So you know what? They're doing pretty good. They're leading the division, and somehow the Marlins are in second place. I'll be honest. I played one season before I did any of this, just to see how everything would go out. I just played one season with the Yankees because they're my favorite team, honestly, just to see how far I would get and everything like that. And the Marlins made it to the World Series. So I may get to the Marlins and just be like, I'm not doing anything. Because they're winning. I don't understand how, but they're winning. All right, so we're going to sim to the All-Star game. Go past the draft because we don't really care about it that much. It's not going to help us. 6 games in a row. That's a good thing. 4 games in a row, another. Then we're losing a couple. Just got swept by the Yankees. Swept the Phillies. So, at the All-Star game, we are 7.5 in the lead. Lineups are looking, McNeil's doing good so far. Still gotten that 300, almost 400 on base percentage. Puig's doing fine. Cespedes is starting to drop a little bit in the average. McNeil. Wow. I already did him. Alonso's doing good. Conforto's doing fine. Ramos can be better. Lowry's doing all right. His numbers are really starting to drop. Might have to trade him away to find another third baseman, or I might have to plug Frazier in there. Ooh, Lowry, you dropped really quick. And Rosario's doing fine. Nimmo, Frazier, Nito. I mean, they're all right. Lagares is doing better than I expected. Is there anybody down below? Smith might try to call him up to be like a backup guy. JD. I just can't see him doing good with that 72 overall. I just can't see it. Maybe I should call up Tim Tebow. Bring up the T-Bone. Let's see how the rotation's doing. DeGrom is being a Cy Young. Stroman is struggling. Syndergaard is doing fine. Wheeler's struggling. Everybody else doing fine. Buchter and Wilson are starting to... Gazelman, Lugo, and Diaz are doing fine. So, I mean, it's not like everybody's doing bad. Everybody's doing pretty fine. We don't care about this. We don't care about this, but I just don't like the notifications up on my thing. Let's see. I don't know what to do, honestly. I'm stuck in a loophole. I think I'm going to sim to the trade deadline, and we're going to go from there. I don't know what to do with this team. I'm trying to think of what I might be able to... The Marlins swept us. The Marlins swept us. What? Ooh. Oh, don't do this to me, Astros. Martez. He can't help us this year. Rondon. All right. And Gurriel. The same thing as in my Yankees video. His numbers seem fine, but he's rapidly decreasing. So I have to say no, especially with Pete Alonso. Let's go to his numbers. 320 home runs, 49 RBIs. I'm going to take that. Not trading away that. No way in hell. Almost swept them. Almost swept them. Rays acquire Moncada. Ooh. All right, trade deadline. We are 6.5 in the lead. McNeil's doing good. Puig's doing good. Cespedes is doing better. Alonso's doing good. Conforto's doing good. So our 1 through 5 is really good. Ramos is starting to pick it up, so our 1 through 6 is really good. I want to see if I can move Lowry. And Rosario is... So basically, our lineup is fine. Like, I could probably not touch it, and this lineup would be really good. DeGrom is doing good. Stroman is doing okay. Syndergaard is doing good. Wheeler's doing and Matz is doing okay as a 5-starter. Like, he's doing... I would want those numbers as my 5-starter. How is Vargas doing? Not that great. Santana, great extra long reliever. Familia's doing fantastic. Wilson has gotten better. Buchter, however, has not. So, I think what I'm going to do here is see if I can... I might try to move Stroman or Wheeler. I'm honestly looking at Wheeler a little more. I feel like Stroman would be able to pick it up more than Wheeler would, and I'm going to see if I can try to move Buchter. So let me do that. All right, so the first trade, I'm going to be trading away Zach Wheeler and Matthew Allen for Eduardo Rodriguez, who has been putting up pretty solid numbers for the Red Sox. So he'll slide right into that 4 hole, right in front of Matt's, and it'll give us another lefty starting rotation piece. So I think that's a pretty good deal for us. And now I just need to move Buchter. All right, so this move is basically to appease all the Mets fans because I know after that fight with the Pirates, I saw like every Mets fan that I could, possibly see, like, I want Amir Garrett on my team. Well, here's your wish. Amir Garrett is coming over, 1.59 ERA. What can you ask? He's coming over to the Mets. It costs Brett Beatty and Ronnie Mauricio, as well as Buchter. But you know what? We're going to make it work because we're not going to use those three in our team this year anyway. So, meh. We got two lefties, as well as Syndergaard, Strom, and DeGrom. We got Amir Garrett joining the bullpen. The lineup, for the most part, I got to get rid of Lowry. I almost completely forgot about Lowry. All right, so the new third baseman for the Mets, at least in this, is going to be Brian Anderson. He's having a really good year. 351, 16 homers, 415 on base percentage, 1 error in 910 innings, 6 WAR, 14.4 Ks. What can you ask? He's doing everything amazingly. He can play first, second, third, left, right. He's basically a right-handed version McNeil. Can play different positions. Hits for contact. Can be power. Pretty good defense. So come over. It costs us a little bit, but it makes us better right now. And I can't disagree to that. I gotta take that. I gotta take it. He's doing pretty good. I gotta take what I can get. So, Anderson, I'm probably leaving Frazier. I mean, he's doing pretty good against lefties, so I'll leave him in for now. I might change it like a little later down the line. So that's all we're gonna do. We're gonna sim to the end of August. Then I'm gonna see if I should switch Anderson to be. Actually, I should just do that. Frazier, I'll just trade him. Just fucking bring in Anderson. Anderson's going to be a third baseman fully. So, we're going to sim to the end of the year. Cross our fingers. Hope we make the playoffs. It looks like we're in prime position to make the playoffs. So, trade deadline is done. The Mets are doing pretty good so far. Any sweeps yet? Not really. We swept Cleveland. Atlanta swept us. We won 2 there. AAA didn't make it. They didn't make it. Come on. Start winning some games here. Starting to make me a little scared here. Mets, come on. Hey! We won the division. And it might only take that record to win the division this year. The only team that's really been doing really, really good is the Braves. Even though they've had a little struggles here, especially with the bullpen. They've been doing pretty good. Look at that. Brian Anderson leads WAR. DeGrom leads WAR. I think it was a good decision to make the trade for him. Alonso, Rookie of the Year. Anderson, Gold Glove. Cy Young, DeGrom. Look at that. The only thing that would have made it better is if I had Yelich. But I don't have the pieces to trade away for him. So I ain't going to do that. Let's see how everyone did. McNeil, 10 home runs, 309 average, a 393 OBP. Puig did pretty good. Cespedes did all right. I mean, a lot of his stats rose considering he's 33 years old. I'll take it. Pete Alonso did pretty good. Conforto did fantastic. Anderson did fantastic. Like, everybody did really good. If only the Mets offense could be like this in real life. Unfortunately, everybody gets injured every year. Even though my Yankees are kind of doing the same. Rotation-wise, DeGrom finished out fantastically. Stroman picked it up. Syndergaard actually struggled a little bit. Rodriguez did fine, and Matz did all right. Santana did fine. Familia did fine. Wilson did fine. Garrett did really good. Gesellman, Lugo, and Diaz. How many saves did he have? 48 saves. 8 blown saves. Oh, that's a little concerning. You know what? We got 2 points. We already got 2 points out of a team that I thought might make the wild card, but maybe not. So I'll take what I can get. Also, I don't know if I said it at the beginning of the video or if you watched the first video, but points do not carry over in the way that if I won the wild card, that's 1 point. If I won the division, that's 2 points. If I won the division series, that's 3. Championship is 4, and World Series is 5 points. 5 points is the maximum I can get. It's basically how far I can make it will determine the amount of points. So if we beat the Cubs, that's 3 points. If we beat the Dodgers, Washington, or Atlanta, that's 4 points. And if we beat whoever on the American League side, that's 5 points. So in the first video, I talked about this, but this is how I like to do it. Mets, you're going to the bullpen. I like this 4 as my 4 in the rotation. I like having a 4 pitcher rotation in the postseason. I feel like that's better than having 5. That way you can get, that way, especially with DeGrom, I can get to DeGrom. I can get to DeGrom faster. I don't have to worry about having somebody else pitch when it's DeGrom's turn to pitch. The lineup is fine in its own, and it is time to face the Cubs. DeGrom! Offense, where are you? Okay, we won game 2. We're 1-1. 2-1. All right, 3 points. Now we're going to face the Dodgers or the Nationals. The Dodgers. 2015, they were able to beat the Dodgers. Can they do it again? Not with that start. Not with this start. We got swept. Come on, Mets. Where's the pitching? Where's the offense? What happened? Everybody just keel over? McNeil did his job. Cespedes did his job. Anderson did his job. Everybody else just keeled over. Nimmo did his job. Nimmo had 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Fucking Adaney did his job. But you know what? They did pretty good. That's 3 points out of the Mets. If the Mets make it this far, if they make it to the championship series this year, if I'm a Mets fan, I might have to call that a win. Because they came out of, I don't know, let's say April or May, and they were looked at as a 4th place team that was just barely doing better than the Marlins. So if they can come back and make it to the championship series, or hell, even the World Series, even if they lose, that's a fantastic year for the Mets. Because they were looked at as a team that was nowhere close to making the playoffs. And in real life, they're 3 games back from the second wild card. The Nationals are losing. Other teams are losing and the Mets are winning. So if the Mets can keep on the streak for 2 months, even if they can keep on the streak for a month and then go 500 for the rest of the way, they have a solid chance of making it. And I wouldn't put it past them to make it. I've seen crazier things. Just go back to 2015. They just completely destroyed the Nationals late on to win it and make it to the postseason. So it's not out of the reach. So with that all being said, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy the video and you want to see more of this content, subscribe, turn on notification, and like the video. I appreciate it if you could share this out on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, wherever you want to share it out. I'll even take TikTok. Share it out. You can leave a comment down below if you want to follow along. Let me know how many points you got. Let me know who did the best on your team. You can follow along. Basically, every team I do, you can do as well. You can also... That's a bright light. You can also do it in the order I did it. You can do the teams in any order you want. You can send me videos. I don't know if you can do it on YouTube. I'm new to this whole creator thing and DMs on YouTube and all that. So you can send me it on YouTube, hopefully. You can send me screenshots. You can do that on Twitter as well. Instagram, my Twitter. I have 2 Twitters. My main one is ConnorCondria20. My baseball one, if you want to send it there, just to make everything nice and easy, it's Chondria MLB. My Twitter account, my Instagram account, I'm already confusing myself. My Instagram account, that's Chondria. I think it's either Chondria or Chondria 20. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. So yeah, you can send me screenshots. You can send me videos. I'll, comment on them. I'll watch them. We'll have a good time. We'll talk about it. And, yeah. Also, I still have not come up with a name for this. If you want to leave me a name, unless somebody has already given a better name in the first episode, leave me a comment down below, giving me a name that you think would work for this. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I have not determined who will be my next team. I think I have this dynamic where I'm going to go AL, NL, AL, NL. So that's going to narrow it down to 14 teams. I have an idea of who I want to do, but I haven't confirmed it yet. I did both the New York teams on the same day. So thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one.